Hi, I'm Gareth Williams. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of Learn How to Box. Today we're going to go through the uppercuts and the hooks. This is a beginner's way of learning. If you can't get yourself to a gym, you don't have a coach, this is a great way to learn. We'll start with the lead hand hook. Very popular punch, very powerful punch if it's done right and the weight distribution is done right. Okay, so the lead hand hook. We're in our boxing stance. The first thing you'll notice I do is sit the weight back slightly. Again, so we're 60%, 40% of body weight, and we can use transition. So I'm here. So I sit the weight back, I lift my front heel, and all the left side of my body, which is the leading side of my body, will rotate towards the way the punch is going. Up and rotate. This is exactly the same if I'm a southpaw boxer using my right hand. I will lift here and I'll rotate. So the first thing we do, we lift our heel and all the lead side of my body, and we lift the elbow and also tuck the chin behind the shoulder of the leading hand side. From here we just use rotation around and bring it back to a good starting position. Here we go in full motion. I'll do it this way, you'll see my body weight will actually sit backwards so I can get the best leverage on my punch. It'll also give me the best opportunity to drive my next attack, my next punch, which can be the straight power hand, and I can push my body weight forwards. You'll notice my elbow is horizontal with my fist. This way, I've got better defensive action if somebody tries to counter punch me when I throw the punch. If some people throw with a hand facing up and the thumb facing up, just for the beginners, I think it's the best way to learn with the palm facing down. If the thumb is up, we can hook like this. Elbow down and a counter punch can come over the top. If we face the palm down, it automatically turns the elbow up. So I'm also, if a counter punch comes, I've got blocking action from my forearm there. As I said, points to look for. The elbow tucked in, the chin down at all times. The front shoulder will come up and protect the jaw as the hand leaves the start position. Elbow horizontal from the hand. As I said, elbows tucked in, chin down, weight transition backwards, which will help us rotate into another punch after this. Now we'll move forward to the power hand hook. This is exactly the same as we did last week as far as the body's concerned when we threw the straight power hand. The only difference is the hand will make a hooking action. So, in our boxing stance, we'll lift our back heel, my knee, my hip and my shoulder will all rotate forwards. As I do that, my hand will go from start position, I'll come forward, I'll tuck my shoulder, my chin behind my shoulder, I'll raise my elbow, I'll still stay tight on this side, and I'll rotate my body again towards the way the punch is going. So what we want to do is make the action go forwards and across. Too many people open up here to throw their hook. This is the perfect opportunity for somebody to get a counter punch in. So we're starting here with our body positioning, hands up, lift our back heel, rotation, all the way towards the punch. Again, just as in the lead hand hook, my elbow and fist will be in a horizontal position, my chin will be tucked behind my shoulder. Everything's all about rotation. If I rotate, once I rotate properly, I can always swing back with another attack or another defensive move. From here, you'll also see when I throw the power hand hook, exactly the same as a straight power hand, you'll see body weight transition from the back foot to start. Weight goes forward to the front foot. You'll notice my shoulder does not go too far in front of my front knee. If that happens, over I go. Now we'll move forwards into the lead hand uppercut. Okay, as a right-hander, I'll be in my boxing stance with my left foot forward. Starting good hand positioning, elbows in, chin tucked. Very similar to the lead hand hook. I'll lift my front heel, my knee, my hip, and also my shoulder. And I'll rotate my body at the same time. This will give me the action of going upwards. It's very vital also that my elbow is not faced out. So when I do my rotation, my punch doesn't go across. This is an uppercut. Up is the way it goes. So it's important that I push my elbow in, my shoulder protects my jaw, and I use extension through my hip so that my punch goes up. Everything rotates all together at the same time. You'll notice the positioning of my hand. Where I want to make connection, ideally, is on these two knuckles. My hand is slightly positioned in a slightly rounded position. There is a tight position where there is a position where you can go a little bit too far or not enough. We slightly turn our wrist so it's nice and strong. Again with the uppercut, the weight will slightly come backwards, similar to the hook on the lead hand side. The elbow has to be straight underneath the hand. Now we'll move forward into the power hand uppercut. As always, we start in our boxing stance with our weight distribution, starting with 60% on the back foot, 40% on the front foot. Boxing stance, we've already been through this. And what I'll do is lift my back heel, my knee, my hip and my shoulder. We'll now transfer the body weight forwards, and you'll notice the rotation used from my knee, my hip and my shoulder coming forwards. It's key that my shoulder doesn't go in front of my knee, because you'll see my back foot will come off the floor and I'll become off balance. If I'm balanced at all times, I can get the maximum power in my attack, or I can choose to move, defend, slip, block, any defensive action, or I can choose to attack. If I'm off balance, that's where we'll have problems. So the elbow will rotate in as my body, as the power side of my body rotates towards the punch. You'll notice the elbow straight under the fist. I'll do this by whipping my elbow in slightly at the same time that my hip comes in. My shoulder will protect my jaw at all times. In case a counter punch comes over, I'm protected from the hook. Some people I've noticed throwing uppercuts like this across. This gives them a gap, my opponent a gap to counterpunch with, and it doesn't actually send, it becomes more of a hook. It doesn't actually send the punch into an uppercut motion. So whip the elbow in so you can rotate your body so the uppercut goes the way it's supposed to do. Again, well, my weight will slightly trans forward, just as we did with the power hand hook and the straight power hand. Again, points to look for: chin tucked in, elbows tucked in all the time, rounded shoulders, weight distributed, 60% at the back, 40% at the front. Then I've got a great opportunity to use weight transfer and come back to my starting position. Thanks for watching How to Box Part 2. Today we went through the uppercuts and hooks of the lead hand and the power hand. Be sure to subscribe to the Boxing Shop on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Keep up to date with everything we do. Next week we're going to bring you some footwork drills and also some coordination drills that you can put into circuits and improve your movements around the boxing ring.